All right, so earlier this year, from around like November something 2024 to like February 2025, I had 35K funded accounts, like 35K in funded accounts, and I got $1,300 worth of payouts across like 4 or 5 different payouts, like 500, 400, 300, 200, 100 payouts. Like that's after the profit split. So I pretty much made like 1,600. I calculated it, but I don't even really care about the specifics and the numbers and shit like that because like it obviously is over now. But I want to talk about how I did it. Now, this video is not going to be like, oh wow, I all of a sudden just found my edge and then I just started magically winning trades and it all clicked for me. No, it's not that. And I've been trading for 2.5 years and it wasn't that. Like, it wasn't just, oh, like all of a sudden I just woke up one morning and now I can pass accounts and get funded and get payouts. Like, no, it wasn't like that. It was just the same shit as always. Like, there becomes a time where you'll eventually, figure it out and you'll just go, okay, well, that my model makes sense. And I show up and I win more than I lose. And I just get the percentage number up and up and up and up and up. And it just happens more than I lose. And that's pretty much it. It's like, it's not this like euphoric, like mythical, like crazy, like whoa, like I'm like I can do it now, like I'm the shit, like I'm funded and I can get payouts now. Like no, it's nothing like that. It's just eventually you're gonna get to a point where you're able to predict the market and win more than you lose. And that's not what this video is about. I didn't get 3 accounts, a 5K, a 10K, and a 25K. I didn't get 5 payouts worth $1,300 because I just had this magical moment. Like no, it just kind of happened. Like, there's going to come a point where you figure it out, and then the weeks are going to go by, and then eventually you're going to pass the account, and then you're going to get funded, and then you're going to get a payout. It's not just like this one and done thing. But what I want to talk about is how I lost it. Because I think how I lost those funded accounts matters way more and is way more significant than how I actually got funded. Now, in a real short story, like to keep a long story short, basically, what happened was I was in a trade and I was floating $1,000 profit, and I wanted to sell the position. And basically, the way my profit split was set up on the 25K account was if I waited till Friday, or no, excuse me, if I waited till like Sunday or whatever, and it was Friday then, but if I waited till Sunday, I would have been able to take a payout out in about 3 days while I was in this trade. So picture this, you're in a trade, you're up $1,000, and in 3 days you get to take out money, like a real profit split. So I was telling myself, dude, I'm gonna get my first 4-figure payout. I can't believe I actually figured this out. All the work paid off, all the videos, all the studying, all the people who doubted me, like going through this for so long with no results, nothing to show, like it's all gonna pay off. I'm gonna get a 4-figure freaking payout. Now, I was floating $1,000, but I wanted $1,015. That way it covers the commissions and the spreads and everything like that, because I didn't want my payout to say $998 or $999. After the split, I wanted it to be $1,002 or something like that. So I wanted to account for the profit split and I wanted to account for the spread and everything like that. And it got to like $1,003 profit. But then right before it hit $1,015, it just dropped a little bit. Now I'm only up $850, dropped a little bit more and more and more and more. And then it got to the point where it stopped me at a break even. And I was like, no, this was supposed to be my big moment. I was supposed to get a 4-figure payout, but it's Friday right now. And there's not gonna be any more trading days and I have to enter right now or else I'm gonna have to wait till the weekend. And then what happens if it's my profit split day and I can't make any money and then I start gambling because of and then I enter another trade. Lost it. So now all of a sudden I went from being up like, $1,000 in profit. Now I'm not even getting a payout at all. And then I just lost it again and again and again, and I went on a fat losing streak. So imagine this, you're up $1,000 real money on a funded account, $1,000, and your biggest payout at that point was $500, but you're about to get your first 4-figure payout, and then you go on a big losing streak. Next thing I know, that account's dead. Then I only had a 10K and 5K, and I was just such in a bad headspace that I lost those too. The reason that happened was because at that point in my life, I had nothing else going for me besides trading. Self-improvement, I wasn't on the good habits. I wasn't meditating. I wasn't gratitude journaling. I wasn't reading books. I wasn't going outside. I wasn't climbing trees. I wasn't jumping in puddles. I wasn't journaling. I wasn't sleeping good. I was eating processed food. I wasn't even tracking my calories. I gained a bunch of fat. I wasn't going to the gym anymore. No social life. Shitty fucking car. Living with my dad. Like, I just basically didn't have shit going for me. And at that point, trading was everything. Trading was everything. Like, I was doing it, I was getting payouts, and I was, pulling money out of the market, but nothing else in my life was going good. As soon as you're dependent on trading, for money or for fulfillment or purpose, or like you depend on it and you need it to fill an empty space, you're dead. You're cooked. Doesn't matter if you have it, because you could have an edge. You could be, you could be a profitable trader. You could literally know how to predict the market on a minute by minute basis and do it consistently, win more than you lose, extract money from prop firms. And if you don't have everything else going for you, then you're cooked. As soon as I lost my funded accounts, then I basically had to face the music and see that nothing else was going good for me. This whole year has just been just a endless cycle of locking in, falling off, locking in, falling off, locking in, falling off. No consistent, regimen, no consistent self-improvement regimen, not even tracking calories, not losing fat, no confidence. And it piled onto my trading because I just identified as somebody that lost his edge. I identified as somebody that couldn't do it anymore, and that, maybe it was just luck and all this shit. Like, basically what I'm trying to say in this video is that, you're not going to be able to figure out trading. You're not going to be able to keep a funded account. You're not going to be able to pull money out unless you are on self-improvement. You have to be sleeping good. You need to be going to the gym. You need to be eating clean. You need to be doing good habits. You need to be mindful. And you need to, you just need to be doing the right shit. Because, like, if you're smoking weed and you're eating like shit and you're skipping the gym and your sleep schedule's cooked and you're, like, doom scrolling all the time, and, you're dating low quality women and you have low quality friends, then you're gonna, even if you get it done, even if you figure out trading, you're gonna lose it. The reason I got funded and the reason I got payouts was because I was doing the right thing, but then I let trading and the success that I was having with trading just make it to where, oh, well, I don't need that shit anymore. Like, this is great, like, I can just eat whatever I want. I don't have to go to the gym, and I can just, make money without having to work. And learn from my mistake, bro, because even if you haven't gotten to a point where you're funded, or even if you haven't passed your first challenge, you are going to get to that point. You're going to get funded, you're going to get payouts, but then as soon as you take your foot off the gas, and as soon as you start easing up on things in your life, like self-improvement, you're cooked. For anyone that cares, a little update on me. I've been locked in since November, and I'm at the best point of my self-improvement journey so far. And that's another big discussion, but I'm at the peak of my self-improvement and my mental health and everything like that, my physical health, my mental health. And since December 16th, I've made 12%. And I think I'm going to get funded this month again. And hopefully I'm going to be taking more money out of the market. And I'm going to get a 25K funded account after this 10K one, and then a 50K account, and then a 100K account. And then I'm going to scale, and I'm going to have 7 figures in funding, and I'm going to be pulling out 6 figures a month from the markets just through prop firms alone. I'm going to start making more YouTube videos, and I'm going to learn from Hamza's mistake, where he shits on trading and he shits on drop shipping and all that stuff. But I think what he doesn't realize is that if he makes helping young men the source of his income, there's eventually going to be a line in the sand where, like, you're like corporate and you're like professional and you're like trying to get sales and shit like that from your self-improvement YouTube videos. And that's just going to kill all the authenticity and, like, the genuine desire to actually help people. So I'm going to be making YouTube videos that actually, like, help people, and that just, I'm just sharing, because I think I have something to give. I think I have a gift, and I think I have, I think I can give that gift to you and help whoever's watching this video out with their trading, with their self-improvement, with everything else. And I'm gonna monetize it. Like, I'll probably do a course, or I'll probably do coaching or whatever, but it's never gonna get to the point where I'm like, oh, click the link in the description, or, at the end of the video, I'll be like, I have a paid program, so if my free videos help you enough, click the link. No, I'm not gonna go corporate. I'm not gonna, like, try to subtly drop it. Like, I'm just gonna make my videos as relatable and as authentic and as, as good as they possibly can be. I will never depend on helping you guys for money. Like, I'm never gonna make self-improvement and helping you guys lock in the source of my income and me being able to survive and take care of a family. Like, that's always gonna be trading. And the course and all that, it's gonna help, but it's never going to be the main purpose. And that's why I think I'm going to be making some really good videos, and I'll keep making good videos. So that being said, I'll see you later, bro. Bye.